Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is me, Adriana Monet, and I just thank you so much for tuning into what's going to be a really awesome conversation and all of that. If anything, we're going to pretty much be getting right into it. From the title, you guys can tell that we're going to be talking about how, thankfully, speaking for myself, and of course, I'd love for you guys to comment down below your perspective on the topic of, thankfully, my Narc experience was not in vain, basically. I'd love for you to comment down below more reflective perspective that you have based on all that you've endured, all that you are enduring, and everything else. So I just wrote down a few points here in my phone of just what's come to mind for me relative to looking back on all that I've gained in knowledge and wisdom and insight, etc., on having dealt with narc abuse in the dynamic of a counterfeit friendship. So, and in the course, there was a conversation on Twitter, a thread of conversation that I saw. It was really the people that commented, not the original tweeter. It was really the commenters that were the problem, and I'm like, see, people and their laziness, but I'll get to that in a second. So I have a few points written here about how I'm just thankful that it's not been in vain, all that I've dealt with. Of course, it's been beyond painful, it's been gut-wrenching, all of that, but it thankfully has not been in vain. So let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, thankfully my Narc experience was not in vain, and I say that because now I'm able to be an asset and a vessel of hope, encouragement, refreshing, etc., for the collective narc abuse survivor community, both online and offline as well. With the interactions that we have with one another, with the encounters as well. And so yeah, just thankfully I'm able to be an asset and a vessel of hope and all of that to fellow narc abuse survivors in various spaces. Secondly, which this next point is related to the first point that I made, and I put that I'm able to engage in conversations in the online space, especially within threads where people misuse the word narcissism and any variation thereof out of pure ignorance and laziness as well. So tonight, yeah, I was telling you guys just now about a tweet that I saw in the past couple hours. Basically, I won't say what the tweet said. It wasn't anything bad. It was quite a bit of truth to the tweet, but people in their ignorance and getting in their feelings in response to the person that originally put their comment out there, it just showed people's ignorance. So people were in the comments talking about, oh yeah, that's because so-and-so is a narcissist, and it's like, that word, those of us that actually know what a narc is, we know how much demonic weight, spiritual warfare, all of that combined comes with like the use of that word, right? And the true meaning of the word. So to throw the word around out of bitterness, ignorance, laziness, all of that, people need to stop doing that. It's so frustrating. I see it, I just see it across social in general. People that misuse the word because they don't know what it means and they are too lazy to go do just simple, proper research. It's like, it doesn't even take that long. It doesn't. And so yeah, in this tweet thread I'm talking about, there were like 50 responses, and eight of the 50 people, were mislabeling the subject matter at hand as narcs when that's not what those people are. It's like, come on, So yes, I'm just able to engage in, like I said, conversations in the online space to just bring better and proper education and awareness of what a narcissist actually is, what the demonic presence of it all actually entails, if that's the right word there, so on and so forth. I know even tying in with number 1 and 2, as far as like me being a vessel of hope, encouragement, etc. One of my good Twitter peeps, her name was Morgan. We had a conversation like last week or so. She was just kind of like putting out some reflections and personal thoughts about her own personal experience with a narc that was in her life, and all of that. And so I actually meant to pull that tweet up. I meant to pull that tweet up in preparation for the video, but I forgot to, so my bad. But it was a really good conversation that she and I had back and forth with her different tweets that she'd put out. And it was just really cool being able to you know, help strengthen her and all of that amidst all the thoughts that she was just kind of getting out in tweet form. So it was just cool that my experience was able to help strengthen her in that moment and moving forward. So that was kind of cool. And then let's see, I'm able to be an even trustier and knowledgeable confidant for those in my inner circle should they ever discover, you know, those who have not experienced narc abuse. I'm able to be an even more knowledgeable confidant for them should they ever discover or suspect that they have any narcs in their family dynamic, in any counterfeit friendship circles, any professional spaces, etc. You know, because once you know how one works, you know how they all work, generally speaking, you know, with a few whatever sort of qualities, X, Y, and Z, right? Give or take. And so yeah, it's I mean, I guess somebody had to take the beating and harassment and stalking and impersonation and everything else I've been through. I guess somebody had to go through it pretty rough, like I did. And so yeah, so yeah, so that's kind of cool. That yeah, there are people that'll find themselves likely coming to me in the most random of times and be like, hey, I know you know, you went through X, Y, and Z. And of course, some people know. I have a couple of friends that actually stuck by me, didn't ask them to, etc., but they really proved like their friendship and all of that, who stuck by me in spite of all. Some of you guys have seen what I've dealt with because she has come harassing and stalking you and cussing you out. So you guys know what I've dealt with Roach Face. So yeah, so yeah, thankfully they've witnessed my character consistently for the past 12 plus months, and they also know about her. So, you know, and they now know what a narcissist, they have a good idea of what a narc is as well, as a result of what I've endured. Quite gracefully, I will say. And then finally, yeah, so yeah, pretty much needless to say, and in spite of it all, my wounds that are healing, the calculated, unforeseen, insidious betrayal from so many sides, and then some, you know, additional factors that have come into play or whatever, all of that has divinely prepared me to be an asset for a level of spiritual warfare that I had no idea existed like it does. Like I mean, prior to all of this, I knew about the spirit of Jezebel and even Leviathan as well, and that type of thing. But whew, there's levels to this demon stuff for those that are demons. And so, yeah, so definitely been quite an eye-opening bit of experiences, and wouldn't say I would have wanted to be the one to what's it called, but thankfully I've just managed to just increase in resilience, so much so, and I've really been divinely protected the entire time. So those are my thoughts and reflections on just having just a bit of gratitude in spite of, definitely in spite of, and of course you find yourself being able to cultivate a heart of gratitude given all that quite a few of us have endured in our respective narc abuse dynamics. You find yourself being able to gradually increase in the area of gratitude as you go through the different phases of recovery and healing and all of that. So I just figured I would come on here and share those quick thoughts about how it's not been in vain. Because again, I mean, I've lived a certain number of years. I had no idea this was even a thing, okay? Until last year. I had no idea. So yeah, so that is pretty much that. Let me know if anything resonated with you that I've shared in the video, or if anything in addition comes to mind for how you feel that your narc experience was not in vain. Comment down below what resonates with you, etc. Any additional thoughts, and I will be sure to, you know, do the usual responding back and chatting it up with you guys. And that's pretty much it. Until the next time we meet again, thank you so much for tuning into this conversation and goodness, and I hope that your week is off to a good start. Your week is going well. If you're watching on the weekend, hope your weekend is going well, and that you are taking care of your mind, your body, your soul, the ambiance of your home, all that goodness. I hope that you are really taking good care of you. And that's pretty much it. So I don't have much else to say. My name is Adrena Monet, and I'm signing off. Peace, peace.